Good morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another episode at Ewetopia Farms. Amazingly, things are starting to get caught up around here. The hay's coming off. Arnie's at the sales barn taking another load of ram lambs to the sales barn. Got the lawn mowed. And chores are taking a lot less time now because the lamb numbers are starting to dwindle. I've got another shipment of 20 ewe lambs going off shortly to a new home. Actually another repeat customer, so we're happy for that. And we're starting to be able to breathe, and when it gets quiet like this, pretty soon we'll have time to start working on our show sheep. So let's go inside and see what's happening in here today. I'm still starting each day off with the same routine, the feeding of the cats. Buddy's here, and Tom's over here. I actually haven't seen Scotty for a few days. These are wild cats, so in the wintertime you see them all the time because they're here to get warm and to get food and be nice and cozy here in the barns. But in the summer they wander a little farther off. I think they're looking for mice, or I don't know. But these two are still here, and I'm sure Scotty's here too. We'll look for him today, but I didn't see him yesterday. Because Arnie's at the sales barn, I'm letting the rams out. They beat me to the gate. Are you guys wanting to go out? How's that for a lineup? Ferdinand, I'm getting the gate open. They're all waiting. Oh, and I heard Scotty's voice. Where did I hear him? Sing. There you are. There you are, and you're proud. Yes, you're sharpening those claws. We were wondering where you were. Yeah, okay, so that's good. You always worry that something's happened to them. Okay, so it's going to be the running of the rams. They know where the gate is now. And they're off to their big paddock. Hey, boys. Just checking on the breeding groups, the Dorset breeding groups. They're all a little upset because Arnie's not here feeding them. But they all look in really nice shape. You can see their wool's starting to grow back in already even. Morning routine, off to pasture. Some of them have even turned back before they get 2 feet out into the yard, because our sheep are spoiled. It's hot out here. So we're going to push them to the back, the ones that do go out, because already they're seeking the shade. Come on, you guys, have fun, go eat. Someone was asking if we had baby birds in the birdhouses we have around the place. And that's one of them. She's a little wren. And both the mom and the dad feed those little babies in there. But yeah, all our birdhouses have birds in them. That's my little red squirrel eating in the tree. I'm sitting on the porch and I just noticed him up there. He's hard to see. See him But he's on that flimsy branch. He's getting the pine cones. Oh, it looks like he dropped a bit. But look at how high he is up there. So, we're back in the hay fields. These are the first two hay fields of quite a lot we have to do. But as you saw, day one, we cut the hay down. Yesterday, we raked it all. And this is day 3. And it's being baled up right now. So we make 4.5 foot round bales because that's what fits in our feeders. Some people will make them a little bit bigger, but the 4.5 foot bales fit perfectly in our feeders that we made up for the sheep. And because they're a little bit smaller than the 5 foot bales that are common, it's much easier to roll the hay out. So, like I said yesterday, this field is mainly in mixed grasses, and this field will become a sheep pasture once this first cut is off. So that baler, it goes along those strips that he raked yesterday, and it picks it up and it makes it into the bale, and it will wrap string around it when it's the right size, and then we press a button and the bale pops out like that. So if you're in the cab, when it's getting close to being fully made, it will start to beep in the cab. It's really loud, just in case the farmer's falling asleep after a long day, because you don't want the bale to get stuck in there. So there's little warning systems to make sure that they push the button to pop that bale out. And you see he didn't travel very far for the next bale to come out. So in a field, you can tell how thick the hay is by how often the tractor has to stop and pop out a bale. That was, I'm guessing, 50 feet. In the prairies, you might drive the whole length of the field to pop out a bale of hay. It's all dependent on the quantity of hay that you have there. And in Ontario, we are lucky that we do tend to get enough rainfall and sunshine that we have much thicker, lusher hay than some of the other provinces out west. And I'm guessing some of the states in the United States as well. Dogs are having a great time running around here. Hi, you two. Here comes Katie. She used to be the fastest of them all. Now she's slowed down quite a bit. But she's got that border collie tenacity. Like, she does not give up. Good girl, Katie. That was a good girl. That was really good. Really, really good. Good job. Good job. And believe it or not, I did not tell the dogs to go up on the bale. They went up there by themselves. Oh, you guys are good. Oh, yeah, you guys are good. Oh, you're good. Oh, yeah, that's fun. You guys are having a good time. Hey, don't fight, though. Everyone can be the king. You guys are brothers. You're brothers. Get along. Hey! That's better. Max, put your tail down. Tail up in the air with a dog is a dominance thing. They get along most of the time, but They do compete with each other quite a bit. Today's a typical hay day. No clouds, lots of sun, and lots of heat. And we got the wind still. So all those are conducive to making hay and drying hay. Because you heard yesterday that he is hoping that these are going to be dry bales. We'll see. He'll be using the probe to test them. Like that, it means the baler's getting ready to give birth. And there it is. Oh, a baby bale. He's seen me, and you know what that means. Now he's got to come over and have a check. He's got the probe.
If your brain's eating up.
I'll tell you where you can stick that probe.
It's like more woman than you. So I don't trust this machine.
Why?
Well, it says here it's got a check button. So you press the check button and it says it's working.
Yeah.
Then we're going to probe this. Oh.
That's called a hardcore bale, which is what ideally people want. You don't want soft, floppy bales. You want a nice, tight bale. And why do you want a tight bale, Arnie?
14%.
14. That
Well,
means
that's
you can
actually
dry
high.
it.
Some of the bales won't even register.
And Arnie, why do you want
They won't even register.
hardcore bales?
Because if you have a soft core bale, that's all dead space in there. Well, I want a hardcore bale. Get a lot more hay in the bale.
So you get more in the bale and you can stack it more easily.
Yeah, so John Deere, I can't say the brand name tonight.
Yes, you can.
The JD bale, or the new Holland baler, I think, and there's a few others that make a hardcore bale. I don't think there's any of the new balers out there that make soft core anymore. But that's a hardcore. That bale's hard. Look at that. So
we can, that if it's, remember we did the probe yesterday, so if it's under 18%, technically, they say it's dry enough to leave as a dry bale. You don't have to wrap it.
This is, compared to Alberta, this is pretty small farming. So this is about 15, 16 acres. We're just getting started. So this was just my little test day. And this field's gonna draw off about 125 bales. But you realize that this will only feed our farm for 30 days. Pretty sad, eh?
And we're not even big players.
But you know what they always say? Make hay when the sun's shining. But I say when the sun's shining, you might as well go out and lose money. But that's farming. Isn't that correct?
Am I laughing, Ernie?
Well, so you gotta love it because you're not in it for the money, are you?
That's right, you gotta love it. That's the part you missed.
So, you know, yesterday we were talking about the rake. It rakes two in right beside each other. So the swath of hay in front of the tractor is about 4.5 feet. And what happens is you get nice square corners. I know this bale looks soft, but it's not soft. But it's a nice square bale. But if the hay was more smaller swath of hay, you got to stagger the baler all the time to make a good bale. And now I just drive straight over it. You can go and look at the tractor for a second. I'll show you this over here. So you see that hay is 4.5 feet, the width of that tractor. And in the back of the baler, it's a 4-foot intake. So it's actually pulling a little bit of hay in from the sides, makes a nice square bale. And if you have a nice square bale, you have no problem pushing them out in the manger. If you have a round bale, it's a real problem.
And stacking it.
And stacking it. But that's quite a swath of hay there.
I'm back from groceries, so we're gonna go see what happened with the hay. flowers on the ground so that it doesn't get damp. And then he's piling up the hay, and it's not wrapped.
You should be doing that for supper, right?
What?
You should be doing that for supper. We're getting the ewes in because they got through the gate and they're gonna go all over the place.
And there's still some bales left on the wagon here. We have to get it all off the field tonight because there's a risk of a thunderstorm. So the risk is small, but if you leave it in the field and say, it's not going to happen, it will definitely have a thunderstorm. And if you bring it in the barn where it's safe, then you won't. It's just the law of something. So this is how we stack them up. And they fit 3 tall in this lean-to. The hay actually looks really nice considering we're late doing it. I think the cold weather maybe didn't make it grow quite as vigorous, so it's not really stocky and woody like you would have expected. It's quite fine still, so we're lucky for that. And there's all our sheep row grazing again. You'd swear we had a feeder there, a bunk feeder. So they're just in the laneway. They haven't gone back, but they could if they wanted to. We'll go have a look at how many bales we got. Considering all the rain we got, remember this laneway? It's just a dirt laneway between the barns here. And remember, like I think it was 2 days ago, it was pretty well flooded out and I was sinking in it terribly, and now I can still feel it's soft, like nice soft ground, but it's not mucky at all anymore. It doesn't take long for things to dry up. Oh, they got into the pasture where the bales were taken totally out. Hi girls, what do you think? That looks like a really nice pasture. It sure does. Oh yeah, that's a new pasture. Look at what's over here, girl. Nice pasture, isn't it? Yeah. Hi. How you doing? You know the thing about sheep, follow the leader. So he's already taken in 2 wagon loads. So it looks like it's pretty empty up here, but there were a lot of bales of hay. I think he said 106 or something like that, which is pretty good. And they're all back there. We really want to get them all in tonight because seriously, if rain gets on the hay, because it's wrapped, it won't soak in and totally destroy it. But this hay is a lot nicer than we expected, so it would be a shame to get it to this point and to have it even slightly damaged. So we're gonna make sure it's all under a lean-to tonight, just in case we do get that thunderstorm. it when the grass is shorter, because obviously you can see that they will range far and wide like this, and I swear it is because now they can feel safe. They can see who and what's around. They don't have to be worrying about what's hiding in the grass. Here comes some more. Hi, girls. Ben, you're scaring them. Stay here. Come on, it's okay. Ben, stay here. Hi. Come here. This field's a new one. This one's a new one. Come on out. We're kind of standing right in their entryway. They're quite spread over the field now. I went to get Max to go out for a run, and when I came back they had really spread around the field. The dogs think they're the bee's knees just jumping on these bales. I seriously don't tell them to go up there, but they like to go up on top. Hey Ben, you're a good boy. So these are all the bales. Got quite a few of them back here. Oh, see? He just hopped up too. You guys, it's not a play toy. It's really not a play toy. No, don't jump from the top. That's silly. So he's picked up most of the front. You can see that. And so he'll just move the wagon to a convenient spot where he doesn't have to drive too far to load the wagon, and he'll just unhook it. There we go. And he'll finish loading that, and then we're gonna take a break for dinner and get the rest up this evening, well, tonight. It's always a big weight off your back when the feed starts to come in. It's hard to believe that tomorrow's the first day of summer and already the worry is not having enough feed for the winter. Some people use a spear to pick up round bales, which is basically like a big, literally a spear, a poker that lifts the bale up. But we have clamps, which are more like a hand that picks it up. So to move the wagons, we stack them 2 bales high. We have just over 4 loads on the field to pick up, and they are double loads because those are 2 wagons in tandem. So like we said, if your bales are nice and square or nice and even and tightly compacted, they stack very nicely and they're way less likely to topple over. And the baler just doesn't make them square automatically. It is actually a skill you have to learn how to do to make a good bale. Bringing home the hay. Okay, I guess I'm hitching a ride. Tractor ride? Oh, Arnie gets to tractor ride all the time.
I wish I could do dishes, Lynn.
I wish you could too. He just got the last of the hay in. So, I guess that means that it won't rain tonight. So, it's nighttime now. Join us tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms.